Hi everybody, it's Dee. Hi. So today what we're going to do is we're going to talk about this right here, your 21 day fix containers. It's so important that you get your nutrition in check because really a workout is only 20% of your day. So if you're not dialing in that nutrition and you're working out every single day, you're not going to see the results that you want. You might not see any results at all. It's very important that you know the proper foods and the proper amounts to fuel your body. And then there's a couple other things I'm going to get into, but I have been clean eating for over 5 years on and off, which we've talked about. But I've also done dieting. I have done like cabbage soup diets, and I did a detox, which worked out really well. That started me on my clean eating path, but it's not sustainable long term. It's only for 10 days because you have to cut out dairy and a lot of stuff, so you can't even have a supplement like almond milk or something. So things like that can be hard. And I've also counted calories over the years, recorded my food in a journal, and just made sure that I was sticking to a calorie count to lose weight. I did lose weight, but I found it difficult to count calories every day and how much is this and how much. There's just a lot, and I had a book. So I just found it challenging. Now, I have a book here. A couple of different things with a 21 day fix that I found. I'm working on my second round of 21 day fix. I haven't lost a lot of weight per se, still trying to get my nutrition in check, and I haven't had the containers long enough. And it's awesome. That's all I can say. But I have been doing it. What I have noticed is into the book that you will get, there is this little guide, and basically it says, what kind of a day do you normally have? So if you're more sedentary, you have a desk job, and you're not moving around a lot, you want to take your current weight multiplied by the number to get your calorie baseline. Same thing applies if you're moderately active or highly active. I would assume that I'm moderately active. I have a busy job per se, but I do have a lot of time where I'm able to sit. Summertime, no. Summertime, I'm go, 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 go for like 10 hours of my day. Right now, winter, I'm in Alberta, it's always minus 40, so we don't get to get outside and do a lot. So, I mean, back and forth in the house, I don't really burn enough. I do work out. So, anyways, so there's this calorie thing. So once you do it and you know the calories, because once you get your total, then you're going to subtract by what you would burn for your workout, which they talk about here. Then you're going to know which plan is what you want to be on. For me, it wouldn't matter what my weight was. I would have picked the first plan personally because my biggest issue, I feel, is weight. I want to lose weight. I have a goal number in mind that I'd like to get to. Maybe I'll be before that number and be, I shouldn't say happy, but I'll feel better because I find personally, because of my age and my size, the more weight that I've lost in the past, because I've lost 10 pounds, which is where I'm kind of stuck at right now, I have a lot more energy and I don't have back pain. And sorry, I have all these pop ups on my phone. No back pain and things like that. So it's fantastic. So I just want to lose more. I want to be in fantastic shape. I want to see abs. I've never seen my abs ever, and I'm 40, so it would be nice to see my abs here. And I'd like to wear my bikinis and not feel self-conscious because I wear them anyways because personally I don't care what people think, but in the back of my mind I'm like I feel fat and frumpy, and I guess the way my body feels is how I feel, and I probably project that out even though people will say, "Oh, you look great." Well, we all have things that we want to work on. So, anyways, so back to these plans. I get so sidetracked, but there's plans here. So plans will tell you for the calories that you want to be eating, like for me, because I want to lose weight. So I want to stick within plan A. I think it's 12 to 1400. I can't see backwards. 12 to 1500. And they tell you the containers you should be eating a day. So it's really great, super easy to figure out because basically you're just going to measure your food in your container. You know how many to have. They have an app, a 21 Day Fix free app. You can log your food, to know. It also tells you the workout you're supposed to do for the day. You can check that off. You can put your weight in and all your measurements, and you can keep updating it in there so you can see your own progress. And that's totally awesome because when I look back and I'm like, oh, I was such and such a number for my weight and I'm down 2 pounds. That's exciting for me because, it just doesn't fall off in a day. It's going to take time. So you get your plan, you figure out which calorie when you're going to be on, depending on your weight and your goals and things like that. Also depends on your workouts. Because if you're not doing the 21-day fix, other workout programs will have menu plans, calorie plans, things like that on the sides, especially the Beachbody ones. And you want to make sure that you're eating enough calories for that workout, because you don't want to be doing some expert hardcore workout and not getting enough calories and pass out. So you want to really make sure that you pay attention to that. It's important not just for weight loss, but for your overall health. You don't want to not be fueling your body, which is something I've struggled with big time. I had issues when I was young, and one thing for me, I'm really bad about not eating. And it's silly because your body stores fat. I know that. I mean, I know right away my body's going to store fat when I don't eat, but it had become habitual. So it was a habit for me to drink coffee all day, be busy at work, and then not eat breakfast. So by the time lunch rolls around, I'm literally starving, and I would go for junk. Usually French fries I would throw in the oven, grilled cheese sandwiches, which overall isn't super bad in moderation, but like that's the crap I was eating besides chips or nachos, literally junk all the time. And then I'm working out and complaining I'm not losing weight. Well, hello. So things like that. And I was always eating too much stuff, which is what we're going to talk about. When I got into healthy eating and I'd lost my 10 pounds, I continued on. I never really lost more over the last 5 years, maybe a pound or two. And that was basically due to the fact that I was eating clean, I was eating healthy overall, but I was eating too much clean and healthy. And you're thinking, what? Is that even possible? It is. Imagine if you're eating too much healthy fats or too much complex carbs, which is a really big one. So I'm going to get in, I'm going to explain to you when you're using your containers, because I'm going to use them probably forever with every workout I do, because it makes it so easy. So easy to plan out your meals and to accomplish the goals that you want to accomplish. It's basically a no-brainer. You don't have to think. All you have to think about is, okay, what vegetables do I feel like this week? I'm going to buy carrots and I don't know. What do I have? I have lettuce, mixed salad, spinach, carrots, onions, peppers, mushrooms, cauliflower, green beans, and Brussels sprouts. So it just depends on the person. So now with your containers, besides the book you get this large container with the lid. And this is so awesome for people that don't work from home, which I do, but for everybody who works out of the home. So whatever you're having for lunch, whether it's salad or a chili or something that's clean, you can put it in here. So once you use your containers and measure it, portion it out, throw it in here, you're ready to go. You don't have to dig for Tupperware in your cupboard. It comes. So you have that. Perfect for anything for lunch. Salad to, anything. Chicken, you name it, it's all in here. So we're going to go over the containers. So you get numerous containers, excuse me. The first one is the green one. The green one, it's common sense. It's vegetables. So all the vegetables that go in it, and I'm just going to give you a quick rundown from my book. I'm not going to go through a lot of them. Common sense vegetables. I personally stick away from the starchier vegetables. Green beans, which happen to be one of my favorites. I try not to eat the starchier vegetables often. So corn, which is bad because a lot of times corn is genetically modified. So I try not to eat it unless I can find organic. Same thing with green beans, and certain types of squash are iffy there as well. So you might have to do a little research to what you like. But this one here, I believe it's a cup. I have measurements somewhere, but this is your green container. So you fill it to the top, whatever you can fit in here, and put a lid on, technically. That's what you can have in a day. So for me, I'm allowed 3 of these a day. I tend not to have much vegetable for breakfast. Excuse me, if I'm scrambling eggs. Excuse me, I just had lunch. I may have a few peppers and onions, but like I'm talking about maybe the bottom inch of it. So if that's what I do, I just keep that in my mind that I had a little bit, and I'll just stuff in, as much spinach and lettuce as I can, because it's, to have a little bit of onions and pepper on top is not going to be a big deal. But you have 3 of these a day. You can mix and match what you want. For lunch, I usually will have 1.5 green. So it depends on what I'm having. If I'm having a salad, usually 1 is my greens. So whether it's mixed greens or a spinach. And then I have a half of 1. So with cucumber and tomato, usually maybe a little red onion. I'm kind of a basic, boring person. I don't really mix it up a lot. I like what I like. I'm not much for change, which is fantastic. So I tend to stick with that. So 3 of these a day is what I get. Now, it's common sense, but I'll give you a rundown. So kale, collard green, spinach, Brussels sprouts, broccoli, asparagus. Now, when you're looking at things like asparagus and stuff that you're not going to cut up and fit in here, they tell you 10 asparagus spears is here. That is way too much for me. So I would do 5, and then I can have half of this full of, say, carrots. So, I mean, it's really optional to what you want. I mean, there's beets, tomatoes, summer squash. It says all winter squash, string beans, peppers, carrots, cauliflower. We can keep going, right? I mean, cabbage, celery, lettuce, mushrooms, onions, right? So there's lots. Iceberg lettuce is a freebie, and the reason it's free is because it has really no nutritional value at all. It's basically all water. So when I'm not a big iceberg lettuce person, but where I'm trying to cut out on my carbs, I like to have like tacos and wraps and all that kind of stuff, and who doesn't? And I will. I find the whole grain or Ezekiel ones or anything that's really clean. But it's a nice option to get your iceberg lettuce because they're nice big pieces, and you can roll your stuff up in that, and it's basically a freebie. So that's just a nice option to do. So that's your green container. So perfect. Then we have the purple container. Purple is fruit. I always tend to forget this because I am not a fruit person. I have lots of fruit in my house because I have lots of kids here. I just don't eat it. I'm so bad for it, and it's so good for you. But part of the reason that I don't eat it is I cut out sugar from my diet, just basically almost completely, other than some wine. Don't tell anybody. No, but I just never seem to eat it. I do like a banana in my Shakeology, adds a nice sweetness. I always have apples and oranges and grapes. I'm just bad for not eating it. I'm getting into a better habit of eating fruit because I can have 2 of these a day. So it's a nice kick. I always will have one in my Shakeology. The other fruit is optional what you have. So I had an orange this morning. I didn't need to measure, I just had 1 orange. So I'm going to have a Shakeology later, it'll be 1 banana. So that's it for my fruit, but you can mix and match. So I do like berries on my overnight oats, which I'm getting better about trying to add in because I'm simple. I just usually have overnight oats with a little bit of almond butter or peanut butter, and that's it. I don't like a lot because I find if you put a lot of crap, like honey, I shouldn't say honey's not crap or maple syrup, but if you put a lot of sweeteners in your food and a lot of stuff, you're always going to crave it. So I've learned to go simple. When you go simple, your body adjusts to tasting natural, real food the way it's meant to be. And then I find it a little overpowering when I add too much stuff. I just find it too sweet. But it is a really good thing for you to do to start off is, to cut out everything. And I know there's natural sugar in fruit. What I tend to do is stick to the fruit that doesn't have high sugar content. And unfortunately, bananas is one that does, even though it has potassium. But I have it anyways. So anyways, as I was saying with this, you can really mix and match. So if you want to have a whole cup of berries on your oatmeal or whatever in the morning, you can have blueberries, strawberries, whatever fits in here you can have. You can mix it however you perceive or see fit. Now just name a few off the list. What I tend to do is stick more to the top of the lists, but it's not even that. I usually stick, like I said, I'm simple, to what I like, what I would buy, what will be eaten in this house, because I'm not going to waste food and buy groceries. I'm not going to buy cantaloupe. No one hardly ever eats it here. It would go bad. Watermelon in the summer does, not so much in the winter. I mean, it's just with my family and the kids that I have, I know what will be eaten and what won't be. So that's how that's what I purchase. I don't go off the list because, I can have watermelon. No one's going to eat watermelon right now. Last one I bought went bad. So I just work for what works for me. So raspberries, blueberries, blackberries, strawberries, watermelon, cantaloupe, and orange, tangerine, apples, apricots, cherries, grapes, and the list goes on. So I think you kind of get the idea. Now also, plain tomato sauce, whether you make your own or buy it in the store, is considered a fruit. I know it's iffy because it's a fruit, but it's in the veggie section. But plain tomato sauce, same with pico de gallo or salsa. So just, you can alternate or do what you want. I would usually make my own tomato sauce, but I get so many tomatoes from my father-in-law from his garden that I have no option, and I can't stand the sugar that you find in pasta sauce. It drives me crazy. I get stressed out really easily, which I don't get stressed in life, but going down those certain aisles in the store, I get so stressed out just because I know how bad it is, and I just don't want to buy it, though I have children, and we all do. And, kids don't eat what we want them to eat. They want to eat what kids eat. So, anyways, we're on to the next container, the red one. The red one is your protein. So this is fantastic. I believe this is 3/4 of a cup. And honestly, you guys, I know you're looking at me right now saying, Dee, this isn't enough food. I'm going to starve. When I saw the containers, even though I had heard about it and I've read about it, I was thinking, I'm not going to be able to do it because it's not enough food. I'm going to starve to death. But I actually have a hard time getting it all in a day. Now that I drink Shakeology, I don't, because Shakeology is considered a red, 1 scoop, but it is not a protein shake, which we're going to talk about. But it does have some protein in it, which you do need to repair and build your muscles after a workout. Hello, common sense. So anyways, back to your red container. So protein, it's pretty straightforward. Chicken, fish, beef. I stay away from pork. I love bacon. Who doesn't love bacon? Bacon really bothers my stomach. I have found one that is gluten-free, nitrate-free, and chemical-free that I will have maybe once a month as a treat with my family for supper. But we watch and don't eat a lot of bacon. It's not good for your heart and, you know, things like that. And my family, we all want to be here. So we tend to watch stuff like that. Turkey bacon is nice though. So this is your red container. I have 4 of these a day. So I get protein every meal, like all 3 meals, and then my snack, which is always my Shakeology, unless I switch it up and have my Shakeology for lunch or supper, which I do a lot because it's so filling and it's so delicious, and I am crazy hooked on it. Oh, we'll talk about it. I am so addicted to it. I cannot wait. I have it every day about 4 o'clock, waiting for my teenager to come home. He has one with me every day, so now I'm waiting down the time. Tick tock, tick tock. It's like 2, so I've got 2 more hours before I can have it, and it kills me. So I'm not sure what time it is. No, it says 1. Okay, so this one here, you can have, it's very simple. Chicken or turkey, boneless, skinless, lean ground chicken or turkey, and I always buy ground turkey. Lean ground beef. Organic is your best if you can find it. Like I usually try to find the grass-fed or the grain-fed organic beef. So much better for you. Sardines, it tells you how many. It says 7. Eggs, it's 2 whole eggs, and they suggest eating whole eggs. Probably, obviously not every day, but because the yolk has so much nutrients in it. And if you are someone who is bodybuilding and maybe doing Body Beast or something like that, egg whites, 8 egg whites equals a container. So if you're having your egg white omelets or egg white scramble or whatever like that. Shellfish, all fish, tofu. It does say pork, canned tuna. It's a whole can of tuna, which is way too much for me. And then same with your deli meats. Now, I am really particular about the chemicals and the stuff that's in the food that I buy. It's hard for my husband. He likes what he likes, so that's what I buy. But for me, I buy, it's nitrate-free, hormone-free. I know it's chemical-free, it's gluten-free, it's sugar-free, and very little salt. Like there's like 6 ingredients, and I know all of them. In the deli meats that I buy actually buy them from Costco. They have really great quality meats. The deli lunch meats usually buy ham or turkey. It says here you get 6 slices, low sodium, fat free. So if you're buying that clean stuff, 6 slices. So you can roll it up and have it with the lunch, have it on a snack plate, have it for breakfast if you're not an egg person, have your protein, maybe with some sweet potatoes sauteed, you're set to go, a little bit of oatmeal, something like that. So cottage cheese, ricotta cheese, I saw something else, Greek yogurt, it's all considered a protein. I don't eat any of that stuff, like the Greek yogurt and all that, just very, very little. I don't eat dairy, so I really watch that, but that's your red container. Going on to yellow, which this one breaks my heart, and it probably will for everybody else too. The yellow container is your carb. I'm sorry, I had pop-ups like crazy on my phone. So this is your carbs. Now I'm not talking about white bread and bagels and all that stuff or rice. None of that. It's complex carbs. So my favorite carbs, which I've posted a video, sweet potato, I love quinoa, I buy sprouted grain bread. 1 piece of bread is equal to 1 container. So if you really want a sandwich for lunch, you're only allowed 2 carbs, which I am on the plan I'm in, then I would save my carbs and not have anything for breakfast because I never have carbs for dinner, and I'll have my sandwich for lunch. So, I mean, this one's pretty straightforward. Sweet potato, yams, quinoa, beans, love black beans, lentils, edamame, which I love, peas, brown rice, wild rice, potato. I watch potato, though, because of the starch content. I tend to hold weight when I have that, so I don't have it often. buckwheat, barley, buglar, oatmeal. So usually I have overnight oats, which I posted how I make those. So I have overnight oats, and this, I believe, is half a cup with my breakfast, and then usually some scrambled eggs and a piece of fruit. That's a great breakfast for me. If I chose not to have overnight oats, I would make up sweet potato hash browns. I just chop them small and saute them or roast them, and then still have my scrambled eggs and fruit. So those are some options there. I mean, whole grain pasta, look for the cleanest pasta, and I've posted one on one of my other videos to check out. Just really want to look for the whole wheat flour, not enriched, whole wheat flour. And if that's the only ingredient, you're doing great. Couscous, but I like the white couscous, so I try not to have it. I mean, we can keep going. Whole grain crackers, cereal, like it says whole grain bread, pitas, waffles, pancakes, English muffins, bagels, tortillas. And it will give you numbers. So like if you're having one whole tortilla, you can have one small 6-inch. If you're having a larger one, it's in half. So it gives you a guideline. So that's your yellow one. This one really hurts my feelings though, because I would probably eat 4 to 6 carbs a day. So now I see why I wasn't losing weight, because I would be having like 2 pieces of toast for breakfast and a sandwich for lunch, and then like some kind of potato for supper, and probably a snack in there somewhere in between. So that was my issue. The blue container, I also love this one. It breaks my heart a lot because this is your healthy fats container, and I'm avocado obsessed. I love avocado. I could eat a whole avocado a couple times a day, which is what I was doing. So hence not losing weight. So healthy fats, so avocado, cheese, which we all love cheese, but honestly, this is enough. I made homemade potato chips, and I turned them into chicken nachos. So I put chopped up chicken. I didn't have any green onions or anything, so I just made homemade potato chips in the microwave, which is great. I'll have to show you that one. Put on some chopped chicken, enough of my red container, and this container full of cheese. And it was actually way more than I thought, because I looked at it. I'm like the handful grab and twice. So it was more than I thought. So cheese, avocado, you can do almonds, cashews, peanuts, pistachios, pecans, hummus, and it names a bunch of cheeses, really. So, I mean, you can do feta, goat cheese, mozza, cheddar, provolone, Monterey Jack, Parmesan. So there's lots of options there. And it does give you the numbers as far as the nuts, like how many nuts you could have, 12 almonds. So, I mean, 12 almonds might fit in here, probably could fit a lot more. But just so you know, the healthy portion size of the fats, that is super important. It's important to get your healthy fats in. It helps with absorption, and it's a good thing for you. It's heart healthy. It's good. But getting too much of it isn't good, and then that's where you're going to find you're going to retain that weight. Trust me, I was so there. Actually, I'm still there, still working on it. And it's tough. It's really tough when you want to, and I have a couple of tricks, by the way, for saving having avocado, and it doesn't really turn that brown, because I can't eat a whole avocado, and if my hubby's not here to have it, or my teenager, because he loves avocado, then I'd save it, because I hate wasting food. I'm crazy about that. So last container, and you get 2 of them, and I did wash it because I just had a salad. You get 2 little orange ones. My daughter steals these on me because she likes them. You get 2 of these ones, and these ones here are seeds and dressings. Homemade dressing is your best option. There's recipes in the book. There's recipes on Pinterest. Stay clean. Stay away from honey and sugar. So olive oil, mustard, salt and pepper, a little vinegar, whisk it all together, throw some herbs in there. It's awesome. Balsamic vinegar is my favorite, so I will normally do balsamic vinegar, and you can do this any way you want. I only get 1 of these a day, and it's pretty straightforward. I don't even use half for dressing because I don't like a lot. So then I still have, another 3/4 of this container that you can put seeds in. So pumpkin seeds, sunflower seeds, sesame seeds, olives. So I could throw in maybe 3 or 4 olives if I felt like it. You can do unsweetened coconut. So, and peanuts. So there's quite a few options for this, and you can do whatever you want. So you can do just a little bit of dressing and the rest in seeds. Obviously, that's why there's 2 containers. So you have a lot of options there. It's not just you can only have this. You just figure out what you want, set to go. They also have a tablespoon, which they don't send you a tablespoon because who doesn't have a tablespoon in their home? And that basically is for like your nut butter, so what am I talking? Peanut or almond, I don't know where my mind is. Or your seed butters like pumpkin, sunflower, sesame. Mine, I love peanut butter, but you got to watch the sugar. Kraft peanut butter, full of sugar. So you want natural peanut butter, because what's the point of trying to eat healthy and you're still eating the same crap loaded with sugar and other things? You have to really start watching. I tend to buy almond butter. I know a lot of this stuff is expensive, but once you start getting into it and start realizing, okay, this is how good I feel when I eat this way. My family still likes the regular peanut butter. I don't push it on my children or my husband. They just know this is what works for me and I feel great. And, you know, sometimes they're on board with some of the things and sometimes they're not. And, you know, it is what it is with life. You don't stress about it. I make 2 meals for my family, which I've stated before. And that is because I love my family and I want them to eat good or as good as they can. And I don't mind cooking for them. And that's the same for me. I do prep cooking on Sunday and just cook up a few things that I want to have. And then I'll have that over the next few days and then do some more whenever I feel like it, a Wednesday or Thursday, whatever works for me. I'm very easygoing. I'm the type of person that can have, you know, my simple breakfast, a salad for lunch, and then a nice piece of protein and a vegetable for supper, and I'm easygoing, or I just have my Shakeology. So, I mean, I'm very simple. I like easy, I like clean, I like quick. So that just happens to be what works for me. So, you know, olive oil, coconut oil, those types of oils. Don't use canola oil or vegetable oil. Oh my God. Horrible, horrible, horrible. They're just so bad for you. Sorry, I have a lot of pop-ups on my phone today. Now, it does also give you substitutions. So, I mean, if you're getting Shakeology, you have the shaker anyways. You can measure out. So, you see this is wine for all those people that don't believe me when I say you can have a little bit of wine. And my book is falling apart because I have so many people that are so excited and interested in this. They've been looking through it. Okay, so you can. And it does give you some options. You do need to count it as your yellow container. So be it. If you want to have a little glass of wine, you're going to cut back one of your carbs for the day depending on how many you have. So some of the options you can have are cow's milk, soy milk, almond milk, coconut water, coconut milk. It says fruit juice, rice milk, wine, and then there's some recovery formulas like that you could do some smoothie type things as well. So you just measured it out and it tells you the fluid ounces that you could have, which I find great because I use almond milk in my Shakeology. And you can have 16 fluid ounces equals 1 yellow container, but I don't ever have that much. I usually don't even have 8 ounces of almond milk in my Shakeology because I also use water because my blender's a piece of crap and I can't put ice in it because it won't blend it. So you would mark that every other day because if you're not drinking 16 ounces today, so you're only getting half of your container. So if you have a shake every day, it's every other day you would mark off a yellow and then just have 1 extra yellow for the day. So if you're drinking a glass of wine, then you get no other carbs. And you know what? It's not the end of the world. You just have to learn what fuels your body, which I have done. And I have found the perfect breakfast that works for me. A smoothie doesn't work for me anymore because I kick my ass in gear and get my workout done first thing in the morning. So now it also gives you, and I wish these pop-ups would stop, but it also gives you a list of treats you can make or have if you're so craving a treat. I have so many great options for that is so healthy, which I'll have to make a video on after. So, and then you would either use, it tells you which container, yellow or orange, and what you could have and how much of it. 6 chocolate covered almonds, 2 banana oatmeal cookies, and there's a recipe in the book. Popcorn mix with like raisins and almonds and dried fruit, and that recipe's in the book as well. So, I mean, it's really open for everybody. The book goes into detail here as far as water. Water is something that nobody's ever drinking enough. I guarantee you I am. I probably drink 2 to 3 cases a week. My husband thinks I'm crazy. I'm addicted to it. And I never was addicted to water. I was the beer drinking, coffee drinking gal. But, you know, when I changed one thing, it changed everything. So now, well, actually, right now beside me I have this one, so it's almost done, and I have a new one just to be ready. Like I said, I'm crazy for water. How many have I had today? I think I've had 6 bottles since this morning, and I was up at 5:30. So, and it is 20 after 1. I drink a lot of water. I was infusing it for a while with fruit, and then let it sit overnight if you're going to do that so you can get the actual fruit flavor. I like with orange or lemon or lime. My kids like that. But I'm just simple. I do plain. Plain is great. I actually take water everywhere I go. Water bottles in my purse, in the car, everywhere. They also talk about tea. You really want to stay away from a lot of the creamers. I use unsweetened cashew milk in my coffee, and I love it. I'm hooked on it. So, I mean, there's options for all that kind of stuff in this book. There's recipes for spices and talks about condiments, and it's just a really fantastic thing. So there, I think I've rambled on for a good 30 minutes talking about the containers and what you should be eating and shouldn't be eating, and I've given you a really good guideline. I'm sure I have the measurements somewhere of what the actual containers are, but I believe the purple and green are 1 cup. This is 3/4. I believe it's 1/2 cup for yellow. No idea for the small ones and the healthy fat one, maybe 1/3 of a cup. But this is just gives you a guideline of what you should be eating and how you should be eating it and portioning it out, especially if you want to optimize your workout results and lose weight. I definitely want to stop this video because 30 minutes is a long time to listen to me ramble. And I'm going to make another video and we'll talk again soon, guys. All right? Take care. Bye.